Hi everyone, welcome to this European session. Hope you're all well. Alright, so we had Wednesday's US consumer price inflation report, which actually came in slightly lower than expected. And we got a really big move there on the intraday charts on the lower, faster time frames, where you had a big dump in the US dollar, then a big rally higher. On the medium to high time frame charts, hasn't really changed the overall picture so far. However, we were talking about the larger than expected move on stock indices that was priced in by the options market on that news announcement, and that did not fail because we had a big move in US stock market indices. So that will be a market to keep an eye out on, okay, because lower inflation means that maybe there's not going to be as many interest rate hikes this year, or maybe more cuts this year, okay, or a slower pace of cuts, and that is then quite bullish then for US stock markets. So that'll be an interesting market to keep an eye on to see if we do get any continuation there. But for the US dollar, we're still just trading in line with the bigger picture direction, which is still strengthening the US dollar. But we just had a bit of profit taking this week. We highlighted at the beginning of the week with these high impact news announcements. The dollar's been very strong. Probably will see some profit taking medium to higher time frames. So we've been trading that early on in the week, the volatility reversal strategy, which is one of the strategies we go through on your 3-day tradification learn Forex workshop, which helps to identify and trade more trend reversals, okay, and phase 2 cycles, which are essentially profit taking cycles from the faster time frame plays in the markets. So let's see if we do get any continuation in the US dollar pairs, but we do still have some high impact news announcements coming out today for the US dollar, which is the US retail sales figure at 1:30 p.m. Retail sales measures the change in the total value of sales at the retail level. The core retail sales figure is one that excludes the volatility of automobiles. The earliest and broadest look at consumer spending data, which accounts for the majority of overall economic activity, and the core retail set expectation is for 0.5%. So that is going to be a slight uplift from the prior month. So it'll be interesting to see if that shows the US economy is actually growing, or if consumers are holding back a bit and not spending as much in the economy. And if it's a worse figure, then that may even help US stock market indices as well, because that will then mean that the central bank might actually be encouraged to cut interest rates further to stimulate the economy. But if it's a really good figure and the economy is doing very well, then there may not be any need for any interest rate cuts. So it'll be an interesting one to see how the market responds, okay? And this is really important because we look at news announcements mainly from a trading perspective for risk management, making sure we're not heavily overexposed, okay, before high impact news announcements, just to kind of deal with the volatility, unexpected volatility that can develop. But then also looking for any surprises, okay? Are there any surprises in economic data which will cause players to readjust their portfolios, which is sudden bursts of action can lead to some decent trading activity. Sometimes it's a non-event and there's nothing going on and the market barely moves on a news announcement. Sometimes it moves too quickly, too fast, and it's very difficult to do anything. But then sometimes, there can be clues and sustained trends that can develop from surprise news announcements. And again, our job as traders in the market is to identify these different clues the market is presenting to us and try to capitalize on them consistently over a period of time. So let's dive into smart charts and let's get an update on what's going on technically and any opportunities that have been highlighted on the London and Sydney trading floors. Okay, so one currency pair that has been highlighted is the 180 phase changer on the daily charts on Aussie against the Canadian dollar. So your 180 phase changer strategy is one of the strategies inside of smart charts that helps utilize and identify any momentum trends developing in the markets, okay? So you've got a lot of different strategies there that can help to identify different types of conditions and states that the market could be in. And this one helps identify any momentum trends. It utilizes moving averages, the yellow line and the blue line on the chart. And moving averages just give you a smooth line of price direction, and it utilizes relative price patterns such as ring highs and ring lows, okay? Now, if you're not familiar with how smart charts is helping you to filter out the list, so every time you turn up, you don't have to start clicking on everything and analyzing every single one of those for all the clues that you're looking for to identify opportunities. Okay, so if you're not sure how smart charts is helping you to filter out the list every time you turn up, make sure you're reviewing all your e-learning materials inside of the learn section, okay, where you can study lots of different things at your own time, at your own pace, lots of videos, articles and courses there. Make sure you're attending all your live trading events, your online classes, webinars, live trading webinars, boot camps, workshops, all those things, and make sure you're interacting with all different traders to help support you in your live trading. And make sure you're attending all your different coaching sessions, okay, so you can analyze your performance data in your statistical journal, so your coach and mentor can start helping to tailor and customize your trading plans to your strengths and weaknesses. But the key thing here is that actually all we need to do every single time we turn up on any of the strategies, on any of the time frames, on any of the markets, all we need to do is turn up, click on a few flashing markets there, and we just look for literally one or two things. Okay, simple checklist to follow, which gives us a high level of focus in navigating the market. And actually we can take that focus, as we do on your day 3 of your trade certification workshop, on your Learn Forex event, and we can take that focus and train and condition ourselves every single week to turn up with 100% belief and confidence in following the plan, trusting the process, and listening to the markets, okay, through the back testing and forward testing work that we do. So real game changer in not just navigating the market, but getting that belief and confidence in being able to navigate the market consistently, sustainably over a long period of time. And there's a couple of things that we look for. So the first thing that I like to look for is I want to be in the moving average zone. So what is the moving average zone? It's basically being on the yellow line, on the blue line, anywhere in between that is fine. Why? Well, it just gives me a focus. I can say, well, look, last time we got into the zone, you know, some sellers have been turning up here. So, okay, well, maybe sellers could turn up here again in the zone, all right? So it just gives me a bit of a focus, okay, on where I want to be looking for potential trading opportunities for sellers to come into the market in this downtrend. I also like to look for other things as well. So in this instance, you know, some traders might draw on, you know, different resistance levels. So for example, so you can draw on different trend lines, okay. Actually draw that properly. So you take the pencil icon and click on your array tool, and there's a variety of different trend lines you can draw on here. So in this instance, okay, we have this angle of price, this angle of price. Okay, this one broke through it on the volatility spike on a news announcement, but it came back and settled below, and we're sort of on this angle of price here as well. We can also see that we've got some smaller cycles here as well, and in this instance you can see during this period of time, from this high point to this high point, look, all those 3 bars still rejected those high points, not one bar closed above it, and we're sort of in this zone where sellers have turned up before. So there's other types of resistance levels. Some people put Fibonacci retracement levels on there, pivot points, continuation divergences, maybe breaking retests of horizontal lines. You know, there's lots of different technical clues, and you can really find the one that gels with you, the one that you can see the easiest, okay, and then you can just utilize that, all right. And basically that's it, all right. And smart charts will actually do the most important work, which is the risk management side. Click the down icon, populate an entry price of the blue dot, stop loss of the red dot, target the green dot, which can be adjusted according to your own user preferences. And I like to set an expiry of current bar close and decline or accept the trader at the bottom, okay. And what that basically means is if sellers don't actually turn up and go to the entry level, this will expire, the pending trade will expire. Didn't win, didn't lose, didn't cost anything. But if sellers did decide to turn up, then it will trigger into a live open trade. Either it goes to the target level or it goes to the stop loss level. Either way, job is done, okay. The key there is to keep the risk low, right, as low as possible, so you can deal with the random distributions of wins and losses that develop throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout the month, okay. Especially if you haven't been trading the downtrend before, at some point it is going to come to an end. So in this instance, we have been looking at this, and we have been looking at, you know, Aussie Canadian in this move here, that we've got this major area, okay, of supply. Look at all these rejections off this level here. So we've got, again, this rejection, this rejection, this rejection, this rejection, okay. So this is an area where the market may want to gravitate to, and our target level is around there as well. So that's pretty good. All right, so there's plenty of different other opportunities developing in the market. Make sure you're tuning into all the other live trading webinars and interacting with all the other live traders to help you identify those, especially on the intraday charts, the faster time frames, okay? But in the meantime, that's it from me. All the best for your trading. Bye for now.